So the clip that I personally saw, it was just well, I kind of seen it through a kind of like a third party, the YouTube when they show
Mm,
stuff, but just she was basically just trying to say like it's the company he keeps and stuff like that, and it had to been he had to have something to do with it, pretty much.
now, did she say that, or is that what somebody else said? She said, and are we sure that that wasn't AI? Because I heard somebody come after her,
Mm,
saying that she was fronting on the whole situation and that she wasn't holding anybody accountable and that she was trying to make it seem like he died of natural causes when, his life was taken.
right. Well, this YouTube and AI stuff is
I'm just saying,
right.
because she was, one instance she's not saying anything, and now she's saying. And was the voice clip from her, or was it something that somebody said they heard her say?
Right.
I'm asking you.
And I had to go look at it and see it again
See what I'm
to be
saying?
totally
Like,
honest.
it's real
Right.
confusing because you got all these content creators that are saying that this is what these people said on the road, and this is what these people said on the road, and this is what people that worked on the tour said, and this is what people said about this, and they said that this guy was a hothead, and they said that him and Kat, they attitudes, wouldn't have meshed up, and he wouldn't have did this, and it wouldn't have did that, and everyone's saying what everyone's saying except for the people that was actually there. Like, there's a lot of mouthpieces online.
Right.
A lot of mouthpieces. Y'all got all of these people that's saying all of this stuff on the road. Then do yourself a favor. Have yourself a viral moment. Bring them onto your platform. Let them say it themselves. And don't have them do it over the phone. Have them come, hit the link, and cam up. Like, is that not weird? All these people that's on the road that's got all this information to pass around, and ain't nobody coming forward saying anything
Right.
except for the clout chasing hating people that have their own essay stories. Because that Billy Sorrell person, if you go and you check his pedigree, he got a lot of wild stuff going on, and he's been accused of being on the homo side of things, which I find funny because now he wants to come out and say that it's Cat and it's this and that, and it's just it's a whole lot of who shot John,
Right.
except for none of the people that was actually around in there. There ain't nobody saying nothing.
Jack, you know Cat Williams pretty good, right?
I
Would you
haven't
say that?
seen him in years, but when I knew him, I knew him. Yeah,
What would you say about the company that he keeps?
I think he keeps an interesting cast of characters around him at all times. Um, I was always kind of confused at some of the people that he kept around him back then, which is why, you know, I, I pushed on when it was time for things to come to an end. I didn't go back begging, please, bring me back into your good graces or anything. Like, no. Like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that kind of situation, not at all. Um, and it's wild because it's situations like this that make it almost impossible for someone to defend their character, especially if people are convinced to want to believe the worst in your character. Because what I think it is that everybody just wants to see him take an L on this one. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why does everyone have such a vested interest in seeing Katt Williams take the fall for this or go down for this or be responsible for this or set it up or done this or done that? And the only thing that makes sense to me is oh, y'all want him to be bad because Diddy is still in jail. Um, Rock Nation is looking really bad, and all of you Illuminati people, you're all looking real bad right now. So y'all need the people that pointed it out to look even worse, don't you? That's what makes sense to me. That's what I see. And it's kind of disgusting because, in my opinion, there's a lot of people that should be speaking up for Cat right now that's not. There's a lot of people on that tour that probably should have had something else to say other than what's being said, even though they're not saying it themselves. They're just on the phone talking to content creators who are using it to run it up, you know. And then now, for the first time in my algorithm, in Rec TV, I seen it for the first time. Reggie Carroll featured a Knockout Kings of Comedy. I've never even seen it in the algorithm before. It's wild because everybody was talking about what a big special that was. And everybody was talking about how much, money it made and how much noise it made and how that was the thing that got him to the Katt Williams Heaven on Earth tour. So why is it just showing up in the algorithm now?
Okay.
I don't know.
Do
But
you
I
feel
tell
like
you
Shannon
what,
Sharp? She be
what?
speaking up.
What is Shannon gonna say? Half of the trouble that Shannon's in right now, the heat's on him because he let Cat come in and run down on the whole damn industry and didn't stop him or edit it. Ain't it funny? All that money he made off that Cat Williams and he turned around and give it to a little OnlyFans girl. And they gonna make sure it's impossible for
Mm.
him to hold on to any kind of dollar. Like I think people are I think people are in crisis right now. And I think people are going to stay in crisis until they get the verdict and see who's next on the chopping block. Like there's a whole lot of conversation going around Illuminati people right now. The young thug business is wild all over the place. Rock Nation, every other week there's something else bad coming up and coming forward. I don't know if you guys are looking into what's going on with the investigation into the Block Corporation and the whole Cash App thing and the alleged large, hundreds of $1 million, large potential money laundering to the Jigga Man through Cash App, There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on that a lot of people ain't talking about. Even the Demore Hadley case, there's a lot more people that should be talking about that. There's a lot more people that should be hearing the kind of stuff that's going on in the backdrop. But to be able to have Katt Williams' name out there and attached to somebody being unalived at a property that's associated with him, whether closely or loosely in any way, it's now the story is he paid off all the officials and he paid everybody off and I mean that's an interesting take on it. But when I look at his pedigree, he's been arrested like 20 some odd times by the authorities for crimes that he could never be convicted of.
Right.
I don't see somebody who's been abused by the law as much as he's been abused by the law all of a sudden now being buddy buddy enough with the law to pay everybody off for a crime that allegedly he wasn't even around for.
Real life.